Hey guys. Sometimes you just need to walk through the park to clear your head, to get the ideas that were brewing inside the brain, to get them out and release them. And I have decided to do this live stream here on YouTube here because I know we could have a rational conversation than on the cesspool that is Periscope. Good to see you, Lori. Good to see you, NYC girl. Good to see you guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. All over the world. So, you know, the only thing that we could learn out of these, oh no, absolutely, no, yeah, no, they're not making light of it. Good to see you, Jay, Moz Nation. Thank you so much. No, you know, referring to my, made a fresh cup of coffee, I'm going to need a cup of coffee after this. Yeah, no, somebody wasn't making light of the situation. A very sad day, Avi. Good to see you. So I tweeted out that I had to unfollow some scopers. And they are all periscopers. They don't really do anything else. Well, one of them is on here on YouTube. Unfollowed me on YouTube also. They all do have something in common. They don't live here in the States. And they used it as an opportunity to say, you see that? You see, you dummy Yanks? You people in the United States are barbarians and you guys don't know how to live. And, you know, people who do stuff like that are the most beyond petty. You know, I like to call it, unfortunately, the 9/11 effect. For me, the 9/11 effect is the people who live furthest away from New York seem to have all the answers, seem to know exactly what happened. It's beyond toxic. It's beyond toxic, NYC girl. And, yeah, exactly, Boozy. Exactly. You know, a couple of these people I actually thought were rational human beings who were smart. But I'm looking at their retweets and I'm reading their tweets and I'm like, wow, these people are complete assholes. These people are complete assholes and they don't deserve me anymore watching them. Good to see you, Denise. So, I unfollowed a few people today. They didn't block them. And I realized for the most part they don't follow me anyway, so who gives two shits? But, you know, when you have an event like this happen, you know, and I knew this was going on last night. When I got home from Coney Island, I just got finished watching all the replays. And we did have a lot of fun yesterday. But the news was just coming across Twitter at it was around 1 o'clock in the morning here. Yeah, absolutely, Laura. And they trivialize it, Laurie, because they're so far away, you know, because they're not here. You know, it's like the same thing with 9/11. Everyone has their own convoluted ideas of what happened and why it happened and how it happened. And they're the furthest away from here. They're nowhere near, they've never even been to New York, half of these people. So here it is. This is a beyond tragedy in Vegas today, this morning. And you know, when the news was breaking, I was like, you know what, I can't deal with it. And I went to bed hoping for the worst, hoping for the best. Good to see you, Joy. Yeah, you have to stop watching the news. You have to disconnect yourself from it because it gets overwhelming. You know, I was hoping for the best. When I went to bed, it was like only like 5 confirmed dead, but waking up to hear 56, 59, who knows how many. I have a feeling it's going to be in the 60s or maybe even 70s. Over 500 injured. It really makes you think. It really makes you think. You know, here it is on a week when the NRA lobbyists are pushing for less restrictions on silencers. Imagine if this asshole had a silencer from that 33rd floor or the 32nd floor. Imagine if he had a silencer. So personally, my own view on this, and I wanted to tweet this out, but you know, it's better on doing it on here so you can see my face saying it. The NRA has blood on its hands, and every single politician that has taken money from the NRA has blood on their hands. They've had blood on their hands for the longest. But now, it's quite apparent that we need more strict gun control, and, you know, it's a very simple thing. I don't think people should be able to buy AR-15s in a store. Common sense stuff. It's common sense stuff. It's common sense stuff. I hope so too, Joy. I hope so too. But will it happen? No. The lobbyists have more. I mean, if you look at the stocks for the you know, like Remington and all the major firearms producers, their stock skyrocketed this morning. Absolutely, Jay. Absolutely. Absolutely. And they don't necessarily say like the Holocaust didn't happen or 9/11. They have these crazy conspiracy theories just to kind of support their own narrative on how they think the world works. The world, again, and I think we all know this, the world isn't black and white. The world is a lot of gray. There are a lot of middle areas you hear. You know, personally, I don't know why this guy isn't being called a terrorist or a domestic terrorist. It's kind of interesting. If he was... Exactly. They should grow up, put a uniform on if they want to play with the guns. Yes, too much money involved. That's the problem. There's too much money involved, and the money is buying politicians. And thus you're having legislate across the country that makes it incredibly easy to get a gun. And, you know, that's a great question, Ricky. That is a great question. I don't know how the hell you enter a hotel, the Mandalay Bay nonetheless, with, what was it, 18 rifles, something like that? Something god-awful like that. Good to see you, Norm. We're better than this as a country. We're better than this, first of all. We really are. You look at everyone getting together, you know, it's kind of crazy how they couldn't pick that up. Yeah, no, Joy, absolutely. Look who got the dear leader elected. Yeah, it's 10 too many. 10 too many. One too many. One too many. But, you know, it's amazing how, yeah, they're in the back pockets, and it's really a shame. It's really a shame because who becomes the collateral damage? Regular people like you and me. Good to see you, Mel. Regular people like you and me are the collateral damage. Yeah, they could fit into suitcases, yeah. But still, 18, it's too much. It's like, I don't know how you could travel around with all that stuff. You know? And makes me second guess, okay, when I hop on the train tomorrow morning, is somebody gonna have a rifle? Or a pistol? You know? I'm more worried about the simple things, like somebody having a bomb on their body and blowing themselves up. You know? But, you know, those people 4,000 miles away, they know what's really going on. To have the gall to tweet and have their own, I'm not even going to expound some of these stupid theories. And what was even more upsetting was that there were these right-wing news sites putting out pure propaganda saying who the shooter was, and they had pictures. Good to see you, Brooklyn Kid. I mean, they had everything already figured out. He was an Arab, and they're throwing out pictures of like soccer players and stuff like that. And then these idiots who Periscope were retweeting that shit. You know what? I always pray. My mom, you know what my mom left in my apartment? We have a little picture of the Virgin Mary with a little bit of holy water in there. It makes you really, absolutely, Denise. It was a 64-year-old white guy, exactly. And we don't know if he was a Trump supporter. We don't know if he was a Bernie Sanders supporter. It doesn't matter. You're yet to see what happened. Horribleness happened in Vegas. Horribleness. These people were going to a concert. That's all they were doing. You know, I'm always reminded of one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. May she rest, Christina Grimmie. Christina Grimmie had so much life that she was willing to just give to everybody. And one jealous person fucked it up for everybody. And now we have lost that amazing voice. And then the very next night, you had the Pulse shooting, also in Orlando. There's something wrong here. There's a disconnect here between the laws, mental illness. I mean, we have a mental illness crisis in this country. There are people out there roaming the streets of your hometown who just need a little bit of medical assistance. But you know what? No, it costs too much money. It costs too much money. So we let them fall through the cracks when they need simple professional help. Simple professional help. That's all they need. But the people over there 4,000 miles away, and I'll name some locations for everyone. I'll name some locations. I'll name some countries, maybe, and one city. A couple of people from the UK, and one person from Hong Kong. And that's all I'm going to say about these people. They know what the hell's going on, right? They know what's going on. That's why they retweet all that garbage. Yeah, hopefully. They didn't do it on Periscope. They did it on their Twitter accounts. I mean, they were tweeting out some really, really ridiculous shit. Some people don't want help. That's true. Some people don't want help. Some people with mental illnesses, they don't want help. That's why they're homeless. That's why they're, walking around with garbage bags on their feet. Yeah. It was, something like this. Again, I'm still going to live my life. I live in probably, stupid people do what stupid people do, exactly. It is it is, Lori. It is way easier to get a gun than get mental help. And hopefully people will do something about it. Hopefully the tide will change. Hopefully we finally learn something from this. But I don't think we are. If anything, the ideologies that people spew are going to get more and more divisive. Good to see you, Guy Heyman. Good morning. Be safe out there on the roads of America. Like Guy Heyman, he hops in his truck, goes all across the country. Anything could happen to that guy at any moment. Anything. But we still live our lives. We still have to go on. If we could just be a little bit more sympathetic to... Here we go. Damn it. Okay, hopefully we're back. I think we're back. It's probably going to get worse. It usually does. Yeah, some people just live in their own fishbowl. Sorry about that. Somebody got through in the call there. I thought I had my do not disturb on. I mean, this is the reason why I'm doing this. This is the reason why I'm doing this broadcast right now. We need empathy. We need more empathy in this world. It's not about me. It's about we. Okay? Guys right with the Lord's protection. Absolutely. Good morning. Good afternoon, Nigel. We need more empathy. Okay? Sorry about that. Wait, hold on. We're back. We're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. Somebody's calling me. They gotta wait. They gotta wait. Yeah, no, we have lost empathy as a nation. This is why we have the person who is the president right now. It's people who cannot lose an argument. It's people who cannot see the other side of a situation. Or they don't put themselves in other people's shoes. They just have their own ideology. It's absolutely, Denise. It starts with the kids and the parents. You passed by the Mandalay Bay 4 days ago. Isn't it crazy? From the 32nd floor. I mean, there's actually footage of people. There's a woman who's driving a truck, a pickup truck, and she's driving down the strip. And people are pouring out. Half of these people covered in blood. Half of them on makeshift stretchers made out of fencing. And and what did she do? She got everyone into the truck, and she put them in the back of the truck, and she started driving people to the hospital. You know? And that could have been Guy Heyman. That could have been Guy Heyman driving down the road. Anything could happen at any time. You have to be aware, exactly, Guy Heyman. You have to be aware of what's going around at all times. You know? I mean, New York and 9/11 taught me that. You know? Unfortunately, for me, when 9/11 happened, I was 21 years old. I was 21 years old.
And I'm not going to lie, before that, I lived my life rather naively. But after 9/11, I began to think, how's my Muslim friend doing? How's my Sikh friend doing? You know, how's my friend from India doing? Because I knew they were going to get railroaded into some stupidity. A lot of people did, Carrie, but unfortunately a lot of people when 9/11 happened also created their own stupidity. I mean, stuff that's not even based in facts. It's just based in political talking points. Shit. All right. I have somebody calling me over and over again. They don't understand that I'm live right now. I'm going to stop this broadcast and I'm going to come right back in 2 minutes. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to make a point, but somebody keeps on calling. Well, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Hold on.